Hi guys, how are we doing? It's OggyFiveO, and I thought I'd bring you another custom classes. Just hit Prestige 6 over the weekend, and I thought, you know what, I'll do it again. I think I did it for Prestige 5 and 4, and I'll just show you what classes I've been using, whatever else. Obviously, I've just started now, obviously working into Prestige 7, so I'm just on level 9 with Mr. SpongeBob. Mr. T, I've just unlocked him just to get different backgrounds, to be honest. So we'll go back to that one then. So the first thing we've got, and I'm not going to go through stats and that because I think I could stay less about 10 minutes, and I don't think a lot of people like going through your stats, so I'm just going to go straight to classes, to be honest. So the first one that I've been using, which I haven't used for a little bit, is the MTAR Specialist class. MTAR is a brilliant SMG, very good. As you see, I'm running the grip and muzzle brake on to try to be like a pro player, but my skills aren't good enough. The perks that I'm using are ready up, sleight of hand, dead silence, amplified, focus and ping. I'm using amplified with this one. I don't really use it anymore. I mean, I've got a good headset. I've got Astro 40s, but I don't think you need amplified anymore. But I think this is just to try and help me out. Because this is like one of my big rushing classes, and to try and help me out a little bit, so my brain doesn't have to work as much. I just throw amplified on. But to be honest, I could probably take that off because with dead silence on, if you hear everybody else, and you should be aware of your minimap anyway, so that should make it a bit easier. Focused is a must for any class. If you moan that you was a gunfight one-on-one, it's probably because after 2 shots from him, you was aiming about 5 miles in the sky. Focus is an absolute must. Black Ops 2, it's same as toughness, everything else. Ping's very good as well. If you're going silenced, or even silenced to be honest, ping's fantastic. I mean, how many times have you killed an enemy, especially like kill confirmed, for example, and you've run out to get the tag, and you've not realised that his teammate's been behind him, and he's just waiting for you to come pick up the tab. Now, if you'd have had ping on, he would have revealed that there's an enemy nearby him, so you could have waited to see if he'd have come out, or at least pre-aimed, pre-fired the corner and potentially taken him out and save yourself a death. Obviously, if the guy's got off the grid on, then obviously ping doesn't work for them because it blocks them. Specialist, I don't ever do 3 to start off with because I want to try to get to my bonus quite quick. So I like to get my bonus at 8 kills rather than 12. So I've got Scavenger, Sit Rep. Sit Rep I now use for every class now. That's an absolute must. I believe that's Agility, Steady Aim, Deadeye, and Ice, the little regen one, even though I could probably take that off, to be honest. But Sit Rep now is fantastic. I love Sit Rep. Plus your Sit Rep, it gives you... see, I've changed up a little bit. For the Remington, I've gone for Quick Draw instead. This is my longer line section map when I want to be fast with the Remington. You know, I want to get it up in the air, so I don't tend to rush that much with the Remington. That's why I've got ready up as my second unlock. So I'd rather play a little bit calmer with this one. But this is my quick draw. I'm going to drop you as fast as you like. Big long range maps. But again, I haven't used a Remington in a while. I think the fire rate, because I've been using SMGs a lot, I think the fire rate started to slow me down. And it just don't feel the same to me. Again, same thing, dead silence, no amplifier this time. That's on this specialist bonus. Ping again, because again I'm unsilenced and I need that little bit of help. Ripper, I still love this. I don't ever use it as an assault rifle. I've done a video about this before with the Ripper, and as an assault rifle I just don't like it. Those sights to me are horrible. Grip and silencer, again, try keep off the radar with this one. And this is my classes that I probably use for all of it. Ready up, sleight of hand, because I know it might only take 2 seconds, but to me, sleight of hand is a death or not. I think for me, I could probably try and work without it, but at the minute, I don't really use any of the perks. Dead silence is a must now. You know, I don't like hearing my own footsteps. Sit rep is a must as well. If you see a IED and a SATCOM on a map, through a wall, you can probably have a guess that there's an enemy player sat right next to it. It just helps sniff people out. Plus, I don't ever raise now about IEDs because I think I've only ever been taken out with 2 IEDs. But that's just my own fault for not spotting them on the map, obviously showing up when I've been running around. Focus is always and fully loaded. I don't like picking other people's weapons up. I prefer to start with maximum ammo straight away. And then for my assault, I've got IMS, Trinity Rocket and Battle Hind. I love it. These 3 combined, I just love them. If you get your IMS, if you play it safe a little bit, you normally get your Trinity Rocket. Once you get Trinity Rocket, you can normally get the Battle Hind straight from that. So once you get your IMS, you've got a good 50-50 chance of getting that Battle Hind in. Vector, again, beautiful SMG. But this is just the red dot and the grip, so no silencer on this one. Even though the silencer didn't make a lot of difference to the vector. Some weapons, the silencer, it don't feel right when the silencer's on. Ready up, select hand, dead silence, focus, fully loaded, ping again. Again, I don't like picking weapons up, so I like fully loaded. And again, IMS, Trinity Rocket, and Battle Hind. But I don't. The Vector and the MTAR for me are really good. Again, I've done another MTAR class, but this one I've just gone silence with it, and I've used it as a strike package rather than a specialist one. Again, depending how I'm feeling, if I'm playing good, if I'm playing bad, I tend to swap my weapons. So that's why even though I didn't want to do it, I've paid for the extra classes, just so I've got a bit more choice. I don't like coming in and swapping weapons to keep the same perks. I like having them set so they're ready to go. But with this one, I've changed it a bit and I've gone for the Griffin again. I used to use the Griffin quite a lot, but because I used to do the Griffin then Halo Pilot. Because again, once you get your Griffin, unless you get shot on the floor when you're calling it in, you can normally get your Halo Pilot straight from that. So I've gone for the Griffin, but I used it the other night and I got about 2 kills from it. So because I've prestige, I've just left it on. But I think I've taken this off again now. Silence MTAR with a grip. Again, it's got a little bit of some people say it's like a laser beam, but it's got a little bit of recoil. It's like a sort of spiral when it comes out. But again, silence is very good. Chem Strike class. I don't even know why I've called it this, to be honest. MTAR, but this time obviously with the grip and the red dot on for the vector, so a piece of MTAR. Perks are obviously ready up, sleight of hand, dead silence, sit rep, amplified. Try and just give me that little bit so my brain didn't have to think as much. Is it a teammate? Is an enemy player coming around the corner? Amplified with a good set is a must. Scavenger first. Ping, again, ping's great. Even though I'm silenced, it just, again, keeps my brain from going into overload if I can spot enemies without having to see them. And then I believe that is steady aim. The little one where you kill them and they don't spot up. So I've gone for more stealth for my last bit, again, to try and be a bit sneaky and creep round a bit and see if I can get the chem strike. Off the grid, this is all the time I use off the grid. I don't ever use it. I don't like using it. To me, it sort of wastes 3 points, if you like. M27, this thing is a monster. If you're having a bad game, get out an M27. I'm not saying camp in a corner, because I don't preach that at all. Please don't go sit in a corner with this. As you can see, just to prove that I don't, I think I've got a video coming up when I've got like a 40 plus kill confirmed using the M27, but I don't ever really stand still. You can tell that I don't, because why would I put agility on a class if I don't intend to run round? It's pointless. LMGs will always slow you down. If you put agility on, it just helps you probably keep up with the assault rifle guys. Again, sleight of hand, because these things take about a week to reload. Dead silence again, I don't like hearing myself. I want to concentrate on other people, not myself. Set rep for those little IEDs that no longer bother me. And focus again. Focus just helps with the flinching. I think I used to run fully loaded on this, but I swapped it out for sit rep because you get 200 rounds anyways, and that should be more than enough for at least one good life anyway. And then again, IMS, Trinity Rocket, and Griffin. I believe in my next class I've taken Griffin off, I think. But this is an absolute monster. Let's have a look. KD 2.3 with this. Accuracy 21%. This is probably my most accurate weapon I've got. It's an absolute laser beam. I don't even think you need the foregrip on it, to be honest. You could probably swap the foregrip or the silencer for rapid fire on this. I think I tried out on a private match, and the rapid fire only gives it a slightly bit more recoil, but that slightly bit more recoil is probably the same as a Remington. This thing is an absolute monster. If you're having a bad game, I highly recommend throwing this on. It's an absolute beast. SA805. I used to use this a lot. 1.9 KD, nearly 3,000 kills with it. So I have used it a fair bit. But those iron sights are just so ugly on this. But you do sort of get used to them, which is quite weird. Again, class is roughly the same as I've been using. Then back to the old IMS, Trinity Rocket, and Battle Hind. R5 Stealth. This is quite new. This because again, this is that class that I said that I think the silencer hinders the Remington, even though it technically doesn't. It just reduces your range a bit. But I don't know. To me, the Remington didn't feel the same with the silencer on. But again, it's good for as long lines of sights. But to be honest, you're better off using the M27 than any other assault rifle and whacking a silencer on it. You can smash people to the other side of the map in 3 hits. It's an absolute monster. Again, same sort of perks again. no amplified. I'd rather use sit rep than amplified, to be honest. I think sit rep probably saves my life more than what amplified used to do. And then again, IMS and rocket, but I think it's getting a bit boring this now, isn't it? I think I might just stop saying that. I do like the Remington. I think it's one of the best assault rifles, but I think the M27 on any day could just start punch it. But it'd be probably a better M27 if you can get. If you play, you need to play a little bit slower, because that's why I haven't put quick draw on this. But if you play a little bit slower, but keep moving, you will do some big damage with this. And the last one, so I've got, this is a third vector class. But again, it's quite a low KD for this, because I do tend to, again, the accuracy's come right down, 18.4, but I do tend to rush around a lot with the vector. That's why my KD probably is not as high as it should be. I don't ever play steady with this. With the vector, I always just go running out. To be honest, I should probably do a speed class and throw agility and that on it, and get rid of some of my safer perks like sit rep and fully loaded. I could probably use a few more agility perks to this and have it as an all-out monster class. And either put some lower kill streaks on or go for high ones. I never use the low key shit anyway. I've had it twice, but the low key is terrible. It's pointless. It don't really benefit you at all, apart from when you come back and you've got some random teammate running around with your juggernaut suit on and whatever else. To me, it's as pointless as that. Vector's a monster. The iron sights are a bit funny. I don't know. I think it's better with the red dot on than the iron sight. Sometimes the red dots give you more visual recall on the screen. But I think for the vector, the actual red dot does work a bit better. And again, my kid is a bit pumpy for that. Anyway, guys, I'm not going to go through my bloody jobbies and whatever else. I think it's just pointless, because people don't like seeing stats, because it's a bit boring. Anyway, guys, if you've got any recommendations for me, there's my new background look. Anyone's got any recommendations for me about what I should be using, what I should be trying, please let me know. I want a bit of comments. I'm almost on 100 subscribers, which I'm hoping I might reach in the next 2 weeks. But again, I just like doing this for fun more than anything else, rather than trying to get money and all this nonsense. I just like doing it for fun. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Again, if you'd like to leave me a little class that you use, I will give it a try, because again, I do play safe and I use the same perks all the time. But if you've got something that you think's an absolute beast to use, I promise I'll use it, and I'll even do a video on it, and I'll put your name down as recommending it. So anyway, guys, cheers for watching. Please leave a like if you want. If not, don't worry about it. I'm not fussed. And I will catch you all later.